all that sitting was office in as PDP by former deputy. The campaigns said their decision was due to the strides of the government leader in the council area, Mr. Debo Ajimuda, said all hands are on deck to ensure the success of Governor Aiyedatiwa.
I saw you from afar. I saw you and I noticed you are a go-getter, quiet go-getter. Just give us enabling empowerment, yes, to mobilize.
APC chairman in the state, Ade Adetimehin, while receiving the decampees, thanked them for the show of love and support, which are promised not to discriminate.
When you ask your opponent to become, I, as an individual, I can gather 1,000. Whereas there's nothing. But when the structure of the party is being collapsed, that's the end of that party. These are the structure of PDP. So, with you now, creeping, dismantling the PDP, already PDP has been buried in the devil box.
Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, who expressed his joy over the support, said their decision was an indication of his acceptance by the people of Ilaje. Aiyedatiwa, who promised to provide enabling environment for them to actualize the desired dreams and targets, reaffirmed his dedication to impactful governance.
What we have been able to do under my leadership since I came on board as the governor of Osrc, that is of interest to them. They believe they need to join hands with me so that I can do more what we can do. I want to thank you. I'm having my own people from Nigeria joining me in this journey from the other political parties. It's a signal that all the Nigerians are with me. And I know together we will keep targets, we will develop this state, and I promise you I will make you Nigeria proud.
The governor, while restating his commitment to making the state the envy of rivals in terms of growth and development, urged more prayers and support for his administration.
In the meantime, Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa says no senatorial district in the state will be left out in the distribution of dividends of good governance. Represented by his deputy Olaide Adelami, the governor, while addressing leaders and members of the All Progressives Congress APC from the four local government areas in Akoko area of the state, said no efforts will be spared to better the state.
The leaders and members of the APC from the four local government areas in Akoko in the Northern Senatorial District of Ondo State converged on Ikare Akoko to interact with the Deputy Governor, Dr. Olaide Adelami, on how to move the party forward. The APC leaders, who came in their large numbers, took turn to speak on burning issues of governance and politics ranging from youth empowerment to political representation. The forum, which was an interactive session, featured questions from leaders and members from the four local government areas of the state. Responding, Deputy Governor assured that Governor Aiyedatiwa would ensure that no area is left out of the developmental programs of his administration.
His Excellency, Lucky Aiyedatiwa, Adúgbò àwọn lọ́yẹ̀ pé gbogbo nǹkan tí àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ wa láti àgbègbè àwọn ọmọ tó ń yẹ wọ́n kọ́kọ́ rẹ̀ o àtẹ̀kálẹ̀ wo wá ṣe máa ṣe wọ́n lóòótọ́ gbogbo nǹkan tí ẹ béèrè ẹ lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ láti béèrè.
The chairman of State Universal Basic Education Board, SUBEB, Victor Olabimton, said the gathering was put in place to ensure that all APC leaders and members are on the same page ahead of the November governorship poll.
Títí a máa fi ṣe election ní November 16. Kò sí gbogbo ọkọ̀ tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní gbogbo tí deputy governor àti gómìnà wọ́n mẹ́yẹ pọ̀ lápò. Pàtó bá jáde, ẹ̀yin náà wọ́n fẹ́ níjọba.
Similarly, an APC leader, Grace Animola, assured that structures are being put in place to facilitate Victoria's outing in November. The various leaders and members of the All Progressives Congress Party were eventually urged to go back to their various wards to canvass support for the party ahead of the November 16 governorship election.
In another development, an elder statesman and the former governor of Ogun State, Chief Olusegun Oshoba, has been described a man of vision whose commitment to the enthronement of democratic government and unity of Nigeria is second to none. President Bola Tinubu, at the launch and public presentation of a book authored by Chief Oshoba entitled My Life in the Public Eye, urged leaders at all levels to document their experiences and provide guidance for future generations. Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, who was among notable Nigerians at the event, said the former governor of Ogun State is a passionate leader who is committed to a prosperous nation.
It was a gathering of who is who in Nigeria as the setting had top government functionaries led by President Bola Tinubu, represented by his vice Kashim Shettima, Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, former and serving governors, past and current members of the National Assembly led by the Senate President Godswill Akpabio, captains of industry, philanthropists, royal fathers, political associates, family members and well-wishers. The people gathered to honor an elder statesman and former governor of Ogun State, Chief Olusegun Oshoba, at the book launch and public presentation marking his 85th birthday celebration. In their messages of goodwill, some eminent Nigerians, including Mike Adenuga, Chief Emeka Anyaku, Aliko Dangote, Kensington Adebutu, the Olu of Ilaro, Oba Kehinde Olugbenle, Obafemi Otudeko, Babatunde Raji Fashola, James Ibori, and Niyi Adebayo congratulated the celebrant and described him virtuous and God-fearing. Ondo State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, who congratulated the celebrant, said the dedication of Chief Oshoba to a united Nigeria is a reference point. He described the former governor of Ogun State a man of integrity and honesty while noting his journalistic acumen. Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun, Secretary to the Government of the Federation George Akume, and Senate President Godswill Akpabio applauded Chief Oshoba for his commitment to entrenching democratic government.
Oshoba was a brave young journalist who discovered the bodies of the late Prime Minister Alhaji Tafawa Balewa and the Finance Minister Chief Okotie Ebo after they were massacred in cold blood during Nigeria's first and bloodiest military coup on January 15, 1966.
Oshoba related very well with all of us, irrespective of age bracket.
And if there's anybody here who wishes to be there when he's 95, 10 years from today, can you say aye? And those who do not want to be there when he's 95 years, can you say nay? I serve it.
President Bola Tinubu described Chief Oshoba as a nationalist whose life is an inspiration to upcoming generations. Represented by his vice, Kashim Shettima, the president stressed the need for leaders across all facets to document their experiences and provide guidance for future generations.
I would like to highlight one important aspect of Aremo Oshoba's life: his commitment to Nigeria's diversity and unity. We must remember that unity and cooperation are essential. Our people must support our administration's efforts to create better living conditions for all. We are taking steps to address food shortages by temporarily removing tariffs on imported grains and other food items. We will continue to drive local production and ensure that we produce what we eat and use locally.
The celebrant, Chief Olusegun Oshoba, who appreciated God for his grace, said his commitment to a better Nigeria remains unwavering.
I did not devote enough time for them when I was practicing journalism, because journalism is a 24-hour profession. So I devote my time now to all of you. And I'm very happy that none of you have disappointed me.
High point of the event were the cutting of the celebration cake and the official launch of the book. Titled My Life in the Public Eye, the book captures public perceptions of who the author and celebrant is. It also provides insights not only to his person and politics, but his craft as a journalist.
And as we say goodbye on the program this week, the late Chief Mrs. Florence Morenike Saraki has been described as a virtuous and noble woman whose life was marked by service to God and humanity. Ondo State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, at the celebration of life and service of song for the late Yeye Oba of Ijebu-Owo held in Lagos, expressed the deep sorrow felt by the state following the passing of an illustrious daughter of the Sunshine State.
The celebration of life and service of songs for late Chief Mrs. Florence Morenike Saraki in Lagos attracted eminent Nigerians from far and near, including Ondo State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, family members led by former Senate President and two-term Governor of Kwara State, Abubakar Bukola Saraki, friends and well-wishers as they gathered to honor the late Yeye Oba of Ijebu-Owo. In separate tributes, family members of the deceased, including children and grandchildren, applauded her for living a fulfilling life with positive impacts in society. Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, who addressed the gathering on behalf of government and people of Ondo State, described Mama Florence Morenike Saraki a selfless, virtuous and God-fearing woman whose life was marked by service to God and humanity.
Though we are sad as a state to have lost an illustrious daughter and a woman of impeccable character like her. On the other hand, we are also happy to be part of the ceremony of the exit of a dutiful wife and a great mother of an exemplary character and family who have left a great boy which will be difficult to fill.
Governor Aiyedatiwa, who highlighted the positive impacts of the late Yeye Oba of Ijebu-Owo, not only in the state, but the country at large, commended her motherly roles and care.
As the wife of late distinguished Senator Dr. Abubakar Lushola Saraki, a renowned politician and Senate leader in the Second Republic, Chief Mrs. Florence Morenike Saraki was steadfast and confident. Together, they navigated the complexities of public life, and she was a constant source of support and encouragement.
As the funeral service held at Cathedral Church of Christ, Marina, Lagos. The presiding priest, Very Reverend Adebola Ojofeyitimi, in his homily entitled "Let's Talk About the End," reminded the congregation of the need to serve God diligently and faithfully as living souls. The cleric, who highlighted numerous positive contributions of the disease to humanity, urged the family to sustain her legacy.
The book Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 29, it reads, "If only they were wise and would understand things and discern what their end will be." Mama lived well. She ended gloriously.
Thereafter, it was time for entertainment as dignitaries, family members and well-wishers were treated to a nice tune by Juju Maestro King Sunny Ade at the funeral reception. Governor Aiyedatiwa, who was the chief host, in his address of welcome, thanked dignitaries and well-wishers who came to honor the Saraki family, describing the deceased as role model who was a source of strength to the family and everyone around her. President Bola Tinubu, represented by the Senate President Godswill Akpabio, commiserated with the family and described the Yeye-Oba of Ijebu-Owo, a responsible woman with positive spirit of solving other people's challenges. Thanking and appreciating dignitaries and well-wishers, the chief mourner, Abubakar Bukola Saraki, described the moment as mixed feelings. The late Chief Mrs. Florence Morenike Saraki, who transitions to glory on the 18th of June 2024 at the age of 89, was an indigene of Owo and mother of Senator Abubakar Bukola Saraki, a two-term governor of Kwara State and former president of the Nigerian Senate.
That report on the celebration of life and times of the late Yeye-Oba of Ijebu-Owo, the Chief Mrs. Florence Morenike Saraki, concludes this edition of the program. Thank you very much for your time and I hope you enjoyed every bit of it. Next week we shall return. Wahab Bankole is my name.
Champion, weighing at 190 pounds. Let's give it up for
Courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to confront it head-on. Through persistence, we discover the power within us to overcome any challenge. This year, be determined to join the league